Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blitz Alert. Today I'm doing my Week 14 NFL predictions. So let's get started. First game, Vikings versus Buccaneers. Um, this will probably be a good game. It could either be good or bad. I mean, it depends how the Vikings play. Sometimes they play really well. Sometimes they don't play very well. I mean, they beat the Packers. Dalvin Cook went crazy that game. But the Buccaneers are definitely a more consistent team. Uh, they can win more games, I feel like, than the Vikings. They'll probably get farther in the playoffs if they both make it. Uh, uh, Coming down to this matchup, if you compare the players, let's see. Kirk Cousins versus Tom Brady. I'm probably going to have to go Tom Brady on this one. I mean, Dalvin Cook is definitely probably the best running back. It's either him or Derrick Henry in the league right now, so that's obviously going to be a win. The wide receivers, this is really close because I mean, the Vikings wide receivers with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, two very great wide receivers. And then there are plenty of wide receivers on the Buccaneers as well. They're maybe not as good, but there are more of them. And when it will probably come down to the defense, which the Buccaneers have a better defense, and I think they're gonna win this. And that's very thick line. I did not, and that's a very thin line. Probably should have set this up before. All right, let's see. That's good. All right, that's not a good color though. Let's do a nice light blue. Yeah, that's good. All right. Oh, didn't do that. Next game, Giants versus Cardinals. Now, this is actually going to be a great game. Cardinals haven't been doing amazing recently, but they definitely are trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. But if they want to do that, they're probably going to have to win out. But the Vikings will actually probably be a challenging opponent for them. Uh, Especially after seeing them beat the Seahawks last week. Now, the Seahawks didn't have their best game, but they were still beat by a team in the Giants division. So, which it was Giants. Anyway, uh, I think this will be a close game. But when it comes down to like who's the better team, it's definitely the Cardinals. I think that's gonna be the winner of this matchup. Next game, Chiefs versus Dolphins. Now this is actually gonna be probably one of the best games. The Dolphins they have their best team in a very long time. Great coach. Tua has definitely shown great talent so far this year. They've got good wide receivers, good tight end. Mike Gesicki is great. Uh, Good defense. Especially Xavier Howard. He's leading the league in interceptions, but I mean they're playing the Chiefs. Look at that team. It sucked. I mean Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. They all might be the best at their position, and then their defense just makes them even a better team. That they're just unstoppable. The only person that can beat them is the Raiders, or not. The only team that can beat them is the Raiders. So Chiefs are going to win that matchup, I think. Titans versus Jaguars. Now, Mike Glennon in his first game was playing fantastic. I mean, he was playing so well. He looks like a true starting quarterback. His last game wasn't as good, but I think the Jaguars made the right decision in trying to start him again. If he continues to play bad, then maybe they want to go back to Gardner Minshew. But for now, I think Mike Glennon is the right choice at quarterback. Mike Glennon didn't really have any passes to DJ Chark, their number one receiver, but he's definitely giving the Jaguars tight ends value for sure. Um, they're usually his first target. Honestly, he's so tall that anybody other than a tight end he'd be throwing down to. So, and he's not exactly the most accurate quarterback. So that definitely makes it more difficult for him. Um, Titans are one of the best teams in the league, probably top 5. Derrick Henry, top 3 running back. Ryan Tannehill, probably a top 10 quarterback. A.J. Brown and I totally forgot the other one. Corey Davis, I think it is. Uh, those two together are very dangerous. They can really do anything. Uh, you just, just watch them play, and you can see how dangerous they are together, just catching every ball. And then they have Johnny Smith, great tight end. They're just a super good team. Their defense isn't the best, but I don't think they're going to be upset by the Jaguars, although I do think it's going to be a close game. I think that the Jaguars will probably have a lead at some point, and it's going to be close to being an upset, but I think it will be the Titans coming out with the victory on this one. All right, Cowboys versus the Bengals. This is going to be, oh my God, two of the worst teams right now, both with their backup quarterback. How is the Bengals' backup quarterback with one of the worst offensive lines? How is that supposed to work? And then they really don't have a great receiving core. They have AJ Green. He is okay. Tyler Boyd is pretty good, but that's about it. Joe Mixon is still injured. The Bengals are just a terrible team right now. They have none of their players, and even though it's the Cowboys, they can't lose this matchup. My finger is very squeaky on the pad, the little mouse pad thing. Texans versus Bears. Now, here's a fun fact. The Bears have never beat the Texans. In the 18 years that the Texans have been a team, the Bears have never won against them. That's crazy, and I think it's going to continue to be like that. Texans are a pretty good team. Their record may not show that, but without Will Fuller, they're not as good. But they're playing the Bears. They lose to the Bears. Come on. I think this would be a close game because neither of the teams are as good with the players that they have right now. But I think the Texans are the better team, and I think they're going to win this one. Next is Panthers versus Broncos. This will be another pretty good game, but I just don't. The Broncos, Drew Lock might honestly be the worst quarterback other than Sam Darnold. They have no wide receivers. They have really don't have great running backs. Melvin Gordon can make good plays, but they don't use him right. They're just not a good team. However, the Panthers, Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, two fantastic wide receivers. They are super talented, and on the same team, that makes them a very dangerous duo. Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback. He's good at running. He's good at throwing. He can really do whatever you need him to do. Even their backup, P.J. Walker, was showing that he was a good quarterback as well. At running back, they don't have Christian McCaffrey this week, which sucks because I drafted him first overall in fantasy and really haven't been able to. I think I used him like 3 weeks maybe total. So yeah, that was not. He just keeps getting injured. Anyway, Mike Davis is a great running back. They have a good defense too. They've had one of the best defenses in the recent weeks. The Broncos have not. The Panthers are just the better team here, and they're going to be able to win this one. All right, so Jets versus Seahawks. Sure, the Seahawks lost to the Giants last week, but it's the Jets. They're not going to win. Don't even have to explain that one. Colts versus Raiders. This will actually be a good game. Raiders are able to beat the Chiefs. They're able to beat some good teams. They beat the Chiefs, they beat the Saints, but they haven't been playing great recently, especially against the Falcons. Derek Carr fumbled about 17 and a half times. The Colts, however, maybe the best defense probably between them and the Steelers. Steelers are playing tonight at 8 o'clock against the Bills. We'll get to that matchup soon. Honestly, the Colts are a fantastic team. They're a great team. They're making it to the playoffs. If they don't, that'll be crazy. Honestly, they'll probably be a 7th seed, but they'll make it far in the playoffs. I don't know if they'll make it to the Super Bowl, especially with the Chiefs and the Steelers. And they'll probably they'll probably have to play one of them, depending on how well they do. They will have to play one of them, especially if they're the 7th seed, they'll have to play one of them right away. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be the Steelers. I feel like the Steelers will probably lose another game. I don't think the Chiefs will. I think the Chiefs will win out, and then they'll get the number 1 seed. Anyway, the Colts are just the better team, and they're gonna win this one. I don't think the Raiders are gonna be able to do a whole lot against this team. The Washington football team versus the San Francisco 49ers. This is going to be one of the better games today. It's going to be close. The Washington football team has been playing great recently. They beat the only undefeated team left. I think most people were seriously thinking the Steelers might actually go undefeated this season, 16-0. But that didn't happen. The Washington football team was able to defeat them, but I think that was just a one-time thing. I don't think they're going to be able to keep playing like that. I think the 49ers are the better team right now, even without all of their starters. I think the 49ers are going to win this one. Even though they may not be the favorite to win, I think that's going to happen. Now, okay. This is really hard. This next matchup is a really hard one to say who's going to win because it's the Saints versus the Eagles. And the Eagles with Jalen Hurts were playing great against the Packers. It looked like they might have even come back. They didn't. But Jalen Hurts was playing so well. Maybe that's just something where he comes in, he plays great that game, and then once they make him the starter, he doesn't play good again. But I definitely think he's the better choice over Carson Wentz. And I don't know, I feel like it'll be a close game. I don't really know what Jalen Hurts can do yet, but they're playing the Saints, one of the best teams. They've already clinched the playoff spot. The Saints, there's no way they can lose this matchup. They're the Saints. They're just one of the best teams, if not the best team. Probably not the best team, but one of the best teams. Yeah. Falcons, Chargers. The two best teams at blowing leads. We will see who is better at blowing a lead. Maybe they'll both have a lead at one point. They'll probably switch leads between every quarter. But I think the team that's better at blowing leads is the Chargers, which means the Falcons are going to be the winners. They just destroyed the Raiders. They have been playing okay recently. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are still a great duo. Just not a whole lot else they can work with. Calvin Ridley's great. They don't have. Todd Gurley's not a great running back this year. He's okay, but he's definitely not that good. But I do think the Falcons are the better team. They're going to win. Okay, Lions versus Packers. Okay. I am going to totally be crazy and say the Lions are going to win this one. And before you just totally destroy me in the comments, look at how the Packers have been playing recently. They have been playing their best games of the season. We're getting points scored on them a lot last week versus the Eagles and their rookie backup quarterback. They lost to the Vikings, who at that point were not a very good team. And the Lions just fired their head coach, Matt Patricia, and they've played a lot better without him. They have a great quarterback. They have good wide receivers, good running backs. They have everything they need, and I think they're just going to have their best game of the season today, and they're going to beat the Packers. I'm choosing the Lions for this one. I know I'm crazy, but that's what I think is going to happen. Now, the last matchup of Sunday football, Steelers versus Bills. I don't even think it's going to be that good of a game. I'm going with the Bills. Bills are just the better team. Steelers have gotten so lucky on so many of their wins. They almost lost to the Ravens and their backup quarterback. They weren't playing that good against the Jaguars either. They almost lost to Trace McSorley. The only thing he's good at is being a meme. I guess he did throw that perfect pass to Marquise Brown with a 7-yard touchdown, but he's a good quarterback, but not good enough to beat a good team. But it looked like he was good enough to beat the Steelers, which means the Steelers are not that good. Their record says that they're really good, but looking at the teams that they've played, they aren't exactly great teams. If they played the Saints or if they played the Chiefs, I feel like they would lose. I don't think they're making it to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Steelers fans, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're losing this game against the Bills, and the Chiefs are going to take the number 1 spot, probably in the whole league. So I think the Bills are going to win this one. So those are my Week 14 predictions, at least for Sunday. Thursday, I knew the Rams were going to win. The Patriots weren't. They're not that good. I am a Patriots fan, but they're not. They're definitely not having a good season. Cam Newton's not the right quarterback for them. I'm hoping they get a quarterback, maybe trade up to get Trey Lance or something. Anyway, that's not important. But if you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.